Hi, I'm Matthew. Welcome back to Kids Matter. In today's story, we're going to open our Bibles to Daniel chapter 2 and learn more about the story of Daniel. In the previous lesson, we learned about Daniel and his three friends not eating the king's food. In today's lesson, we're going to learn about Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Before we get into the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Now we can continue the story. In the land of Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar was having trouble sleeping because he kept having a disturbing dream. He called his sorcerers, astrologers, and enchanters and demands that they tell him what the dream was and what it means. But they told the king to tell them the dream so they could tell him what it means. But the king said no. He demands that they tell him the dream, but the servants kept pleading and begging that the king tell them what the dream was. Then Nebuchadnezzar ordered that all the wise men in Babylon be put to death, since nobody could tell him his dream. When Daniel heard about this, he asked the commander of the king's guard, Arioch, to take him to the king so he could request more time to tell the dream. The king gave Daniel until the next day to find out what the dream was. Daniel went home and told his three friends what happened. He encouraged them to pray to God so they could find out what the dream was. That night, God gave Daniel the vision so he could tell the king, and Daniel gave God praise. The next day, Daniel went to go see Arioch and told him to take him to the king so he could tell him his dream. Daniel told the king that in his vision he saw a giant statue that looked like the king. The head was made of gold, the chest was made of silver, the belly and hips were made of bronze, the legs were made of iron, and the feet were made of iron and clay. Then, in the dream, a rock was hurled at the statue, but not by a human. The statue was crushed into a bunch of pieces which the wind blew away. Then the rock that struck the statue grew into a giant mountain that covered the whole earth. Then, Daniel explained that the head of gold represented Babylon because of all the power that it has. The silver represents another kingdom that will come after Babylon. The bronze represents the kingdom that will come after that, and the same for the iron and clay. Daniel also explained that the rock represented the kingdom of God, that will wipe out all the other kingdoms and will never be destroyed or conquered. The king threw himself down and told Daniel that his God truly is the Lord of Lords and the revealer of mysteries. The king promoted Daniel to ruler over all the province of Babylon. Daniel's friends were also promoted to help Daniel in his work. There is still more to the story. Part 3 will be coming soon, so make sure you have your post notifications on so you can know when Part 3 comes out. Now, it is time to reflect on what we learned. Today, we learned that we need to pray to God more and have faith in Him. We also learned that God is the revealer of mysteries. Thanks for joining us on Kids Matter. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you learned. See you next time!